Hello everybody and welcome to round 5 of the Craftsman Truck Series here at Kansas Motor Speedway. I think it's Kansas Motor Speedway. Just Kansas Speedway. Says it right there on the wall. So yeah, we're starting on the pole here. Come into this race second in points. 7 back from... Are you ready? 7 back from Eric Darnell. And the green flag's out. We're going to monitor our restart speed so we don't just fly ahead of the AI there. And then keep the car from getting too loose in the turn. And we should be good. So we are 20% of the way through the season after this race. There's 25 races in the truck season this season. It sounded kind of redundant there, but anyway. So Mike Skinner looks like he'll lead lap 1. There's Biffle still in lap 7. Or not lap 7, position 7. Got a good run on Skinner there. Car is tight though. Truck is tight, I should say. Got a good run in turn 3 and 4 though. Should be able to get under him. There we go.
Outside. Stay low.
And
5, 6, 3. Mark, still out there. Here.
We got him. Woo. We are way tight off of turn 4. Turn 2, excuse me.
Inside. Clear all around, all clear, inside. Still there.
Yeah, I did not expect to be that tight off of turn 2 there. Biffle's back to 8th.
33.
Darnell's up behind
Real
us.
good work. Left those guys behind, buddy. Just hit your marks. You'll run away from them. Keep racing. You're way better than these guys.
Got on the accelerator just a little bit later than we did the last couple laps and felt much better. Biffle's back up to 7th. Feels a little loose in 3 and 4. A little tight off of turn 2.
33. 399.
There we go. I think we kind of got 1 and 2 down now. And let's see. Biffle's up to 6. There's a good turn 3 and 4. Alright, so we're looking good. Like I said, we're 20% through the season now. And we're in 2nd in points, so there's a good chance we make a run at a championship this year in the trucks, also in the nationwide, and a good chance I think we make the chase in the Sprint Cup, so it should be a very successful 08 campaign. Greg Biffle comes in here 6th in points. How far back is he? Excuse me, 7th in points. He is 46 points out.
2, 1.
He's up to 4th. Biffle's coming. I forget how Biffle got rated. Oh, it's right. Yeah, he ran a couple truck races in 08, and N-Ratings picked him up, so that's the rating that they went off of for Biffle. Just so no one thinks that I purposely ranked him to be like 100 all around. What's our tires? They're not wearing too bad. For 8 laps, single wear, should be alright. No pit stop is scheduled for this race. 1 times wear, 54 laps. No damage, no damage. Okay, good.
33.368.
We've been on a bit of a streak. No yellows in a while. For editing purposes, ooh, I felt a little snug there. For editing purposes, very nice. Makes it a little easier. Don't have to worry about putting the yellow in or trying to time out, you know, minute or 2 minute laps into your editing. For I use Sony Vegas 15 for editing, so it's nice when they're green flag, because it's, especially when there's no pit stops, is it's pretty easy to get all the graphics in and all that whatnot. I noticed a pretty common trend so far too is these truck races, they come out to be about 30-minute videos nationwide, about 40-45, and obviously Cup Series being the longest, they're about, you know, anywhere from 45 minutes to a little over an hour, except for the Coke 600. That one is religiously about an hour and 45 to 2 hours. Speaking of the Brickyard, or excuse me, the Coke 600, the Brickyard will be run on that day too for the Indy 500. That one's going to be 50%er as well, and it's not all going to be one video. They're both going to post in the same day though. I'm going to race them both in the same day as well, so that's going to be a long day. But I want to get that tired effect, you know, by the time you get done the Coke 600. To simulate the weather, we're going to put on, you know, a heavy parka, crank the heat up in the house up to like 90. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going that far. I am not that crazy. Or am I? No, I'm not. So, we are coming to the line here for lap number 13. We had a pretty good week 4. Probably put up a graphic just showing our stats from that week. So you'll see it, all the numbers and everything. I can't see it, but what I plan on putting on that graphic is, you know, starts, wins, top 5, top 10, lap led, all that kind of stuff. We led a ton of laps in week 4. We led the entire Martinsville truck race. I think we led 34 of 65 in the nationwide race. And I think we led over 60 laps in the Cup Series. So I mean, we led over 150 laps for a team that doesn't do a whole lot of even laps. We've been looking pretty good. We just couldn't finish the deal at Atlanta in the Cup cars. Just, you know, we don't normally get to run all out, wide open, full throttle like we did in the truck or the Cup cars. And that outside groove, man, I mean, it was fast. We were able to stay up front, leading, and didn't have to let off the accelerator at all. And we used up a lot more fuel than I thought we might. And when I saw how short we were going to be on our second pit stop, I didn't think we'd be able to save enough and still stay at the front. And I probably waited just a second too long to get off of pit road on the second stop from the damage repairs. So that kind of hurt us, I think, overall. Congrats to Robbie Gordon getting his first career win in the Sprint Cup Series. I remember in 05, I obviously didn't explain it. So if you haven't already caught on by now, all driver stats up to the year 2001, started in 2001, their stats changed from real world to this world, this virtual world we've created where, you know, I have a racing team and I'm a NASCAR driver. So all their real world stats were normal up to 2001, and then they changed over to, you know, we just added on to them. So Robbie Gordon had never won a race, and because he got his first win at the New Hampshire race in 2001 when he bumped Gordon out of the way and won in the 31 car that Skinner had. But yeah, so he never managed to get his first win until now. So it looks like he's going to be competitive this season. So let's see, Greg Biffle check. Biffle's in fourth. Let's just go ahead and give you a quick rundown of our top. We can probably just go through the field actually. We got us in first, Mike Skinner, Dennis Setzer, Greg Biffle top at 9 in your top 5. Matt Crafton, Eric Darnell, the point leader coming in. He is 7th. Ron Hornaday, Jack Sprague, and Colin Braun round out the top 10. Chad McCumbee, Brian Scott, Shelby Howard, David Starr, Travis Quapple, 11 through 15. Jason White, Rick Crawford, Scott Speed, Brendan Gong, and Johnny Benson round out the top 20. Mark Mitchell, Stacy Compton, Justin Marks, Kyle Busch. Justin Marks just got around Stacy Compton. And then Kyle Busch, Mario Gosling, 25th. Larry Foyt, Benny Gordon, Terry Cook, Brian Silas, Andy Lally, top 30. Ted Musgrave, Chad Chaffin, Chrissy Wallace, Scott Lynch, PJ Jones, Scott Legace Jr., Justin Hobgood, Timothy Peters, John Mickle, and Rob Brent, top 40. And rounding out the field, Brian Sockwell, Aaron Crocker, and Tim Cohen. Round out to the 43rd. Got a bit of a lead over Dennis Setzer, 1.69, with 34 laps remaining. Yeah, we're going to be about 12 shy of when we'd have to pit. So tire wear and fuel and all that stuff will play a small factor towards the end of this race. I still see him in the mirror. They gained 0.3 on us that lap. It is getting a little bit snug in 1 and 2. After this, we have back-to-back Bristol races with the Nationwide and the Cup cars. So that should be exciting. I have a feeling that's when we'll see this green flag streak come to an end at 5 races. This one should be coming out on February 15th, so hope y'all had a good Valentine's Day. And then, let's see, 15th, 13th, yeah, so it's by what, February 6th was the last time we had a race with a caution? Bristol will be 100 laps for Nationwide, standard 150. Cup race you'll see on Monday. As long as everything goes according to plan. Getting close to halfway here. Second place still Dennis Setzer. He's kind of just bouncing back and forth between like 1.3 and 1.6. Another really good truck we have this week. And we upped it by 2 points on the difficulty for this race, so. Oh, we actually pulled away a little bit more that time, 1.8. Wow. So I don't recall how much into the roots of this career mode we got into this season so far. Obviously at Daytona, I'm sure you must remember, or might remember, we'd had some mic issues on and off periodically. It was working, it sounded terrible, it wasn't on, it was muted, type of deal. So I don't really know how much of the roots of this whole story we got into at any point in this season or in any of the series did in general. But I figure we're kind of cruising, so now it'd probably be, oh wow, we're 2.3. We might run away with this one again. Man. So, make a note to myself that we're probably going to end up running Kansas at 102. 103 probably for Cup. But anyway, so this series started out, I know I referenced older races and whatnot, but I never really talked about them, but we started out in 1996 in the Craftsman Truck Series. A little bit of it was, you probably saw from the trailer for the series that came out in January of 2022. Or was it early February? It doesn't matter. We started in 96 and we ran for 2 seasons. We ended up sneaking out the championship in the first season, and then we had a pretty dominant second season in the trucks. The big thing in the truck series that helped us so much win those championships was up until the 2008 Daytona race, we only had 1 DNF ever in the truck series. During those 2 seasons, we only had 1 DNF that came in the second season. I think it was Disney. Yeah, was it Disney? I know we never ran well. Yeah, we crashed out at Disney, or blew up or something. And then in 98, when we ran Disney, we lost 4th gear. So yeah, we only have 1, oh no, I am sorry. Texas is where we crashed out. In the 97 season. Yeah, that's right. We had our Bass Pro Shops camo truck, and we got in a wreck at Texas. I know Says Night Owl probably knows that one. I was already thinking, I already know what race it was that he crashed out in, and his only DNF in the trucks. Yeah, it was the Texas race we crashed out, and you can see that wreck in the wreck series, actually, the Through the Years one. But so after that, we moved up to the Busch series in 98. 98, 99, we were good. Not championship winning material though. But 2000, we were in a really tight battle with Jeff Green for the point lead all the way to Homestead. We went into Homestead actually second in points, 23 behind. And he, was it 23 behind, or was it a little bit more? I forget how far back, but if we led the most laps and won the race, or at least finished no worse than second and led the most laps. And Green finished, I think, 21st, so yeah, it's definitely more than 20 points. He had to finish no worse than 20, or he had to finish worse than 21st or worst. And we had to finish second with the most laps led, or win with a lap led, I think was how it came out. And the first round of pit stops started. We hadn't pit yet. Green had short pitted on the first round of pit stops. And 2 laps later, we were getting ready to come down pit road, and a caution came out. And it trapped him a lap down. 2 cars had collided going into the pit road entrance, the access road. And a caution came out, and it trapped Green a lap down in 21st. So I was like ecstatic. I was in second at the time. We managed to get up there, lead the most laps, and then another caution came out, trapping him 2 laps down in 22nd. And we finished second in the 2000 race to Kenny Irwin, actually. So we ended up getting the championship by just a couple points. And then 2001, we had another close battle with Jeff Green, and we won the championship in that. And we had started off really well. It wasn't supposed to be a full-time Busch season for the 4th time, running full-time there. But we started off winning 3 or 4 in a row, and yeah, so we just stuck out the season. And I didn't realize that they had switched from the Nashville Fairgrounds Park to the Nashville Superspeedway, so I ran the wrong track. So when we get to Nashville this year, it will be my first time on the Superspeedway version. So I'm excited about that. But and then in 2001, we also made the jump to Cup Series. The reason why we're in Dodges is it was supposed to be like a storyline. Like we got, you know, Dodge was new. We were going to get funding from, we got some extra funding from Dodge to be able to go up to race in a Dodge, and we left Ford because we ran Ford in the trucks in the Busch Series for the first 4 seasons, and then all of our teams moved over to Dodge after 2001. So 2001 was our debut in the Cup Series, finished 9th. I think we had 5 wins that season. If I recall, in the last race, because we followed the schedule like they did, Loudon was our last race, New Hampshire. We had a lot of tangling up with Dale Jarrett, and just finished awful, but because I think we had a shot at like 7th in the points, but we ended up finishing 9th, and then yeah, then we just kind of went from there with the Cup Series. Marlin won the 01 championship, and then Stewart won in 2, Kenseth 03, Junior 04, and then 05 is where you all came in. It was never, I would originally planned on doing stuff like this, how we're doing this series from the beginning. But then I was kind of like, I don't really know how popular it would be or whatnot. And so I just decided just to do the rec series, and I was just going to, you know, at the end of the season, just post the rec videos. And then someone on Reddit had mentioned about wanting to see the full races, so I started to do that, but then I lost all my clips I had saved for the 05 season wrecked. We got someone smoking up ahead. Who's that? That's Jack Sprague. Go high here. And then I wasn't going to do any more, but then I saw the channel start to kind of grow a little bit, and then Says Night Out actually was commentating for all the races, and then maybe it was Says or it was somebody else that asked about if I was going to do the 06, so I started to do 06, but then I lost some races, so it was just, I was like, so I did some recaps, and then 06 kind of went pretty well, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. We started gaining a little bit more momentum. Not like we're a big time channel or anything, just it exceeded my expectations. I didn't expect to even hit 100 subscribers on this channel ever, and I think at the time of recording this we're at like 106. Nothing like to like any of those bigger, compared to those bigger channels, but for me personally, that's 106 more than I thought I'd have to begin with, so yeah. So now we're in 2008, running all these series. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's fun. Kind of don't really know where I'm going with this anymore, but anyway, we're 13 away from the finish of this race. We are out to an 11-second lead over Mike Skinner. The rest of the field's all pretty well bunched still. Like, yeah, we definitely are just wrecking the field right now. And yeah, we're gonna have to start upping some difficulty soon to like hardcore. I don't know why we're just pummeling the field this week. So we have lesser or lower difficulty for the lower divisions because that's what they are, lower divisions, so it should be a little easier, but we might have to just start running everything pretty equal because I know it can't make for the most entertaining videos. Hopefully Darnell finishes up here so we don't pull away from too far in points. Nah, he's 9th. Biffle's still in 4th. little snug there. Yeah, the tires aren't wearing, like, they seem like they were wearing a lot more in the beginning, but they're pretty good now. So it's, I guess they're not wearing nearly as bad as I thought they were.
10 laps here, about 10 laps.
I think it's the Papyrus version of this track. The tires definitely wear a lot faster. That's what always made that race such a challenge. Yeah, 9 to go this time by. Let's see while we're out here if I can grab my phone fast and see if I can pull up what our next race is. We got a big enough fleet I can afford to drive with one hand, I guess. So we had Kansas. We got Charlotte next. Yeah, Charlotte and then Mansfield. Sorry for a sloppy lap. I was driving with one hand there. Alright, we're back to both hands on the wheel. Yeah, so we got Charlotte next. It said it was on May 16th. So So that's probably, I think that's the Coke 600 weekend for the Cup Series. This race, or this season for the trucks, will be done first, obviously. It's shorter. I'm still not sure if I want to do all the awards banquets at the same time. So here's kind of what I'm thinking, and by the time you see this, I'll already have made up my mind and probably whatever. Because like I said before, I do try to stay a season ahead. That way I can guarantee that the following season will be able to, you know, no delays, no skips, nothing like that. Everything will just be all on schedule and released on time. You know, it might not be the most popular way to do it, but it's the best way that works for me personally. So it doesn't become anything. Like, I do this just for fun, obviously. I'm not making any money or anything from doing it. So, you know, what if I can, whatever way I can do it so it's not stressful is just the way it works best. Anyway, I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to do is we'll get to race 24 in the trucks, and then we might hold on race 25, and we'll just do all of them in 1 week. All the championship races, and then we'll just maybe do a, well, no, because they're not all going to come on the same day, and I don't want to make everybody wait. But, I mean, by the end of trucks and nationwide, we should have an idea of who the champ is, so it's not going to be any surprise. Well, Truck Series, the points are actually really, we got a really good point battle shaping up in the Truck Series. I think the top 15 were all within 105 points, and the top 20 is all within 151, so it's a lot closer than any of the other series. So I think we should have a pretty good finish for the trucks. 17-second lead, my goodness, over Mike Skinner. Biffle's in 4th. We literally haven't seen a soul since like lap 5. It's like watching me run 49 practice laps at Kansas. So that's why it's kind of turned into a storytelling. This is the only way I was going to be able to have anything to really talk about. Because the truck's running great. It feels good. No issues. We're staying right in that 33.1, 34 second range this entire run for the most part, I believe. 2 to go at the line.
Clear right there, 2 to go. 33, 6, 6, 5.
We took the lead back, what, on lap 3? Oh wow, there's the tail end of the field, all bunched up. White flag, boys and girls.
You got him, buddy. Come on. 33, 571.
Alright, so we come down the backstretch for the final time. And headed to 3 and 4. And for the second truck race in a row, we are going to snag a very, very easily achieved victory. Win number 2 on the season. We have 5 wins so far in the 08 season, 3 in the nationwide, and now 2 in the Craftsman Truck Series. Let's see, we should be crossing the line here in a second. Yeah, Dennis Setzer, Tabodine, Mike Skinner, Greg Biffle, Matt Crafton, Ron Hornaday, Eric Darnell, Shelby Howard, and Travis Quapple round out the top 10. So
good work, everybody. Man, that's good. Good job, boys. Good job.
It was a good day. Good win.
Good job, dude. Good job.
And we will see you all at Bristol for the nationwide.